Hi guys, good evening. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you and also with you. Welcome back once again to another film review here on The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and super fun and very emotional Marvel film, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which hit theaters starting tonight. I just got back from watching it, thoroughly enjoyed it. Before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, and you plan to at some point this weekend, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, wonderful wrap-up film with a very satisfying ending for this particular franchise. Although I gotta admit, I was very surprised that they did not kill off any of the Guardians. Not that I'm complaining. I didn't want to see any of them die, but comments made by, Zoe Saldana and Dave Bautista, Gamora, Drax, they were both saying that this was their last Marvel film, and especially Dave Bautista. It seems like he kept teasing that Drax was going to die in this movie, but obviously that didn't happen. The only characters who really died were the bad guy, the High Evolutionary, who did a fantastic Chukwudi. I'm so sorry if I butchered this name. Chukwudi Yuji did a fantastic job as such a hated, villainous, evil character. I mean, this guy you really wanted to just punch in the face. He was so nasty, especially how he treated poor Rocket and his fellow animal prisoners. I mean, goddamn, what an awful, awful individual he was. So satisfying when Rocket was the one who blew him away and then peeled his face off, leaving him to die. I also like how all the Guardians each got a hit in on the High Evolutionary, like they all got a chance to physically punch or hit him right before he was finally defeated. That was a nice touch. I liked that. But man, I'm just surprised that none of the Guardians died. They just disbanded and went their separate ways. It felt kind of fitting. Star-Lord going back to Earth, Gamora going back to the Ravagers. It's a shame they didn't rekindle their relationship, but I felt like they parted on mutual, respectable terms. Drax and Nebula, two outsiders who had now an entire society to help rebuild and whatnot, with all the animals and the children and the people of nowhere. Rocket leading the next iteration of the Guardians, including Kraglin and Cosmo and that cute little creature Blurp, and Adam Warlock. Apparently, I was not surprised that Adam Warlock was more of a disruptive force who quickly became enemy turned ally, because the true enemy of the film was the High Evolutionary. Like, he was Adam Warlock's boss, and he, was apparently the one who created the Sovereign, which was Warlock's people, Aisha's people. In fact, besides High Evolutionary, Aisha is the only named character who really died in this. I mean, other characters died too, but soldiers and extras and whatnot. But in terms of named characters, it was really just Aisha and the High Evolutionary. But that's okay, because, I didn't want to see any of our beloved Guardians die. It would have been way, way too sad. I could have sworn, like, maybe for a brief second there before Adam saved him, I thought Star-Lord was maybe going to go. I thought for sure Drax was going to go, and then I thought the way it was going, Rocket was going to bite it. But I am very pleased that none of that happened, and all these characters have an opportunity to pop back up in the MCU. They may not be films directed by James Gunn anymore, now that he's shifted gears from Marvel to DC, but the fact that all these characters are alive and well means they could all easily return down the road somewhere at some point. So what an exciting film. I mean, this movie just had James Gunn written all over it, with his sense of style, storytelling, a healthy balance of excitement and action with great gripping storytelling. with like emotional, character driven backstories for beloved misfit characters you quickly grow to love and cherish. I mean, it had all the elements of a great Guardians movie. I think, you know, it had a great bad guy, it had a good story, impressive action sequences, exciting scenes, fun, hilarious character dialogue, and just humorous scenes throughout. This was just a fun, feel good Marvel film, but it was probably one of the darker Marvel films too, considering how tragic and sad Rocket's backstory was. The death of Lila the Otter, oh, that was sad. And then, you know, just his vicious fight with High Evolutionary when he clawed up all his face and everything. What a movie! Just what a movie! And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I don't know if it's my favorite Guardians film because I really like the second one a lot. Actually, I really enjoy the first one a lot. You know what? I think I enjoy all three pretty much in the same arena of enjoyment. I enjoy all three very, very much. And this was a good wrap up story. The team may have disbanded, but the characters are still alive and could easily return to the MCU at any given point. And I like the newest iteration of the Guardians as well, too. You know, I gotta say, I think one of the things that surprised me was that I thought Adam Warlock, even though I knew nothing about him, would have a bigger role as the antagonist, but I guess I should have known that title would have fallen to High Evolutionary, where I guess Adam Warlock was just one of his servants, who eventually obviously turned against him and then became a Guardian himself, which I thought was very cool. I liked that. And yeah, it was just overall a very fun, solid, thrilling Marvel movie like they normally typically are. And, you know, I absolutely enjoyed that little battle scene in the hallway between the High Evolutionaries' army of weird creatures. Oh my God, so many awesome looking aliens and creatures throughout this movie. And I also love the fact that Rocket insists they freed all of the animals that were captive as well. That was a nice touch. I loved that. And then Mantis realizing the big scary monster things weren't going to eat them at all, that they were probably just frightened. Also, really, really nicely done. I can't wait to watch this movie again. It was very entertaining, as you can tell, because I haven't shut up about it, so I will shut up now. I hope you guys enjoyed this movie as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is now playing in theaters. Enjoy it. I think you're going to like it. And if you're a big fan of Rocket, you're definitely going to like this movie because it's a lot of it is about his character. All right, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.